Hi everyone, Pastor Matt here again with another weekly encouragement video. Look, most of you, if you managed to tune in to church, either online to the service at Epping this week, or whether you were there in person or joining us in person at Newcastle, I would be aware that we've started a new sermon series called New Terrain, where we're kind of trying to look at and I guess wrestle with the idea of how we navigate some of life's trickier challenges and changes when we find ourselves in new situations where life doesn't look the way that it used to. And obviously that's been a big thing for all of us this year as we have wrestled with what life looks like in the midst of a global pandemic with coronavirus. I don't know about you, but certainly for me, I've found that as this thing continues to go on, I've developed some, or what would you call them, some habits, or fallen into some patterns of behavior which I guess have helped us to cope in our family up until this point, but I'm not entirely sure that they necessarily line up with some of what God calls us to do as His people. You know, I've been reminded today in my devotional time of just how many times a phrase along the lines of love one another comes up in the New Testament. Quick little Google search comes up with 19 of them. But I'm reminded particularly of the one from John chapter 13, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with, where Jesus says, "A new commandment I give to you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. And by this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another." I don't think that any of us have stopped loving our friends and family and doing all that kind of thing during this time, but yeah, as we spend less time interacting with the people that we normally would, whether they be from church or from work or other social circles that we might interact with, our focus tends to shift a little bit from taking care of and supporting others and encouraging others to just, I guess, getting ourselves through the situation. And look, absolutely, there is a necessity at the moment for us to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to get through, to survive, to stay safe. But even in the midst of that, God still calls us to love one another, to serve one another, and to encourage each other. So I guess that's my encouragement for us this week, is that as the new patterns that we've established kind of start to become habits, take a moment this week just to reflect on the way your life looks at the moment and have a think about whether there might still be some other ways that you might support and encourage others and show the love of Christ to people in your life. Maybe it's time to pick up the phone a bit more deliberately and to call a few people that you haven't spoken to for a while. Maybe you'd prefer to sit down, get the old notepad out and to write some actual physical letters and send them in the post. Perhaps email is the way that you want to go. Many of us now have gotten used to the idea of recording videos like this one, which you can also send attached to emails or share with friends. So yeah, that's my encouragement this week, is let's not lose touch with each other. Some of us have managed to come back to worship. Others are still taking their health concerns seriously and choosing to join in online at home. But let's not forget to support each other and to reach out to each other and be open with each other and to share our struggles and our joys during this difficult time. So that's all from me this week. Hopefully you are still doing okay and finding ways to connect with each other and with God's Word through all of the avenues that we try and provide here at Lifeway. Just a reminder that you can access our life group guides, our Living Out Loud pages, daily Bible verses and all sorts of other devotional material via our website. God bless you this week in all that you do and in all of your relationships as you show His love to each other. Bye-bye.